Hello and welcome to this session of Philadelphia by Night. We are in the season finale of our Season 3 Coteries. Season 2 Coteries. Brain. My bad. Welcome to our last and final session of the Trunklings Coterie called The Final Push. And we will start with some individual scenes amongst our fledglings as they start to come to terms with what has happened. And we are going to start with Percy.
Yes.
So, Percy,
Mm-hmm.
it has been almost a month since you and your coterie went off and took down some hunters and saved some ghoul.
Yeah. Some cool.
You've roused, you've blushed. I imagine that you occasionally will make sure to stay with your coterie, but as long as you're sneaky and you're able to stay with other people. One of those people being Demeter,
The leader. Of course.
who has taught you some sneakier ways to hunt.
Mm.
And some more ways that you'd be able to acquire sustenance over the past month that don't involve going out nearly as much. But as you rouse and you blush, what is on Percy's mind?
Mm. Let's see. I think the first thing she'd probably think of, considering the atmosphere in the city at the current moment, is she immediately goes to just do a little check, make sure the coterie is safe, make sure their little haven is secure still.
Okay.
Considering Natasha hasn't been here for a month, I think she probably got into the habit of just kind of checking over everything, making sure everything's secure.
Okay.
I guess patrolling would be a good word.
All right. Well, before you're able to do that on this night, you heal.
Yes.
You push your blood forth, and it doesn't get you as hungry as it usually does. It's almost like you had gained a little bit more control over your own blood, your own prowess in it. And it kind of inspires a little bit of pride, because you are a little hungrier, but not as hungry as you anticipated getting.
Yeah. We're doing good.
You go out and hunt, and it's difficult. It is wearing, and the person you end up finding doesn't taste right, but you're able to swallow it. It takes more from you than it does to sustain itself.
Percy would, for sure, just kind of probably curse a little bit as he kind of licks the wound clean and lets them go.
Okay. And as you are finishing up your hunt, you hear a bit of a thudding sound behind you. Does he not suit your tastes?
No, he does not.
And Percy would turn around and see Demeter, who was probably following her the whole time while she was hunting.
Of course.
It's easy enough to assume.
Yeah.
Well then, we will need to go into more populous communities of what you were looking for here.
Yes. We can hunt together then.
We certainly can. Or we can put you in places where it is easier to find what you are looking for.
And Percy will perk up a little at that. That sounds fun.
Oh, yes. Especially with your particular tastes, it is. There are places that are flush with such people.
I, the city has gotten more dangerous now. I haven't wanted to go far from. So kind of like vaguely motion in the vague direction of wherever the Coterie Haven is. I haven't wanted to leave my coterie for too long.
I understand. However, you're not going to be in this coterie forever. And once you are relieved of these obligations, I have my own obligations that I must attend to. And I would like to take you with me, if you are amenable.
I think Percy will probably look a little bit torn, a little bit like he doesn't quite know what to think. I think I
You
might.
do not need to make that decision now. It is just something to think on. I know that I'm going to be taking on your accounting and taking on the position of your sire. But these are still choices for your own life.
I will think on it then.
That is all I ask. Because if not, I can always find other business in the nearby cities, along with this one. There are many that can always use the services of our family.
Of course. Our family is very skilled.
Our family is multifaceted in ways that many would underestimate. But it is by their own folly.
I know I would very much love to learn more about them.
I would love to teach you. There is. Demeter will kind of start walking with Percy. There is a pilgrimage that certain members of our family take. That once you are capable, I would like to take you on. But it is in Europe.
I think
It is quite the task.
Percy will get a determined expression. I will be ready. I will be ready to face it when the time comes.
I know you would. I know you would. But in the meantime, you will need to learn upon your languages. I understand you know Greek, but do you know Portuguese?
No, ma'am. Just Greek. She'll probably say like a sentence or two in Greek just to prove her point, and also it's Percy. She has to show off.
Go ahead and give me a charisma plus your dots in linguistics. You may add in your pretty.
Where is the dice? Let me find the dice. Right. There it is. Linguistics. Charisma and what else?
Charisma and your dots in linguistics.
Okay, charisma and linguistics. Wait, dots. Oh, my linguistics. 1. Oh boy. Oh, that's not that. 1, 2, 3. Plus 2, 4, 5. Okay, that beautiful takes me up. No, I'll save my blood surging for when I'll hold off for now. 5. 1. Five successes.
Nice. So you Demeter looks impressed.
Yeah.
And she'll give you an approving nod. Very good. As you have a tongue for linguistics, so it will not be difficult for you to learn other languages.
Of course. I can do it. I can accomplish that.
Good. Because it is wise to learn the languages of places that you plan on visiting. Especially under the circumstances that we will be.
Where will we be visiting?
Well, we are going to be visiting Lisbon. And I have some work that may need to be done in France. My sire may call upon me, and you may meet where I come from.
Percy will look rather excited at that. So she'll keep herself composed, but her eyes will like light up with some excitement. With some eagerness. I think I would like that.
Good. Good. And she will kind of nod to you, and she will see there's like a little rat that starts to approach. She'll look down and look back at you, Percy. She'll give a nod. Well, I must go and attend to some business of mine. Vivictis.
Yes.
And Percy, you are going to be getting a letter, but you don't get to read it yet. And we're going to move on to the next one.
Cliffhanger.
That's because y'all are all getting the same letter, except one of you. Well, all of you are getting this one. It'll be fine.
A letter! I have friends! That's not a letter, that's a threat.
Knowing
You'll be
Percy,
moving
they
on.
would get a threat.
We'll be moving on to Maddie. Maddie, are you staying at the Coterie Haven?
Yeah, she's pretty much just staying with Jerry as much as she can, except when she needs to go eat.
Okay. So, Maddie, you rouse, you blush. It has been a month since you rescued Jerry. And physically, he's been healing. You've been making sure to keep giving him blood in order to advance this healing process, and he's healed rather cleanly. There is a scar that tears through his forearm. But otherwise, physically, he is very healthy. But emotionally, he's been a wreck. It doesn't take an insight check to know that.
Maddie's been trying to keep her emotions stable to not overly affect Jerry because she knows what it feels like on the other end. It's hard, but she's trying for Jerry's sake. She's like, is this what Islington felt like?
Go ahead and give me a composure plus resolve. If you have unswayable mind with you may add your fortitude rating.
Frick yeah! First fortitude roll. Okay. That'll be 6 dice.
I think I made you add in your unswayable mind when I made you roll for a panic attack.
Maybe you did. I don't remember. The sessions blur together.
They do.
I got 2 successes!
You're certainly trying to keep your emotions under wraps. But with the turbulence of everything that has gone on recently, it is difficult.
Yeah, that tracks for Maddie.
Mm-hmm. Like, you're trying really hard, but seeing him sad and distraught makes you sad and distraught, and it's kind of like
We're just feeding off each other.
Basically. And not to mention, it is difficult to really end the cycle of it because there are still people that you're worried about. You're worried about your coterie, you're worried about where Natasha is, you haven't heard from Islington in another month.
Yeah, and then I'm getting stuff in messages from the other 2 Tremere, and they're like, yeah, bad things are happening. She's like, great. Thanks, guys. This is so comforting. At least... Ah!
Yeah. I could imagine that is... Outside of being a ball of anxiety, how is Maddie feeling?
She is stressed. She feels like she is currently at a point where she can't do anything. And that makes anxiety worse because you freak out about the stuff you can't control, and there's very little Maddie feels in control of right now. Golly, I'm showing my Venture main side. Anyway, yeah, Maddie's like, I don't know what to do. She's just very stressed about everything, and to handle that stress, she's just focusing on helping Jerry improve and making sure he's okay and that she's almost always there with him. And she just feels really bad about what happened to Jerry and still totally blames herself. She doesn't care what other people are telling her. She is fully blaming herself for what happened to the Chantry and Jerry.
Okay. And as you're kind of pacing around the apartment, Haven. You would see Jerry come in. He's got like a little cooler with him because occasionally he goes back out. He's usually the one that ends up replenishing your herd. And stocking up the little refrigerator. He kind of looks at you. Hey, Maddie.
Yeah?
I know you don't need to, but could you, like, breathe?
Better?
One more time. Let's try again.
Ah!
Okay. Is that what we're doing today?
Breathe. Breathe normally. Just deep breaths.
You don't need to breathe perfectly. I just need you to breathe.
Clan Beige just going off in her head. Right. Yeah. Doesn't need to be perfect. Just thing I've done most of my life that I don't need to. Yeah. Breathe. I can do that. That's easy. Were you fine out there?
Yeah, I was able to meet with a contact easy enough. Nothing. Like, everyone's kind of on edge recently, but I've got enough credit. People don't question me too much.
That's good. And how are you?
I'm not okay, but I'm going to be because I have to be. Same for you, right?
Yeah.
He'll put the blood bags away, and he'll go and sit down on the couch, kind of pat the spot next to him.
She goes and sits with him.
You want to talk about it?
I guess, yeah.
Well, what should we go over first? Chantry blowing up? Isling, the Regent? Pretty sure there's a list. I haven't really been reading my phone.
I haven't really been wanting to read it either, but I have. Sounds like there's a lord coming into town. From New York.
Yes, we should get out the fine china. Wait a minute, it might be in pieces. I think it exploded.
Well, then I can use my archaeological skills and set up a site, and I will dig through for shattered pieces of pottery like I have in the past. Except
And
now
then,
it's on the chantry.
yeah, and then we can see if someone can like put it back together like that Japanese art form, that kintsugi. And I'm sure that'll impress that lord a lot.
Probably be better at impressing the Toreador.
I don't know. Anyone can appreciate art if they have eyes.
If people want to use their eyes.
They can use their eyes. They can use the thing that was made. They can appreciate things with their hands. They can appreciate things with their eyes. There's a lot of ways to appreciate art. There's some say that history is a kind of art. You appreciate that.
Yeah. I That's one thing about studying history is having to accept that you can't change the past, only learn from it.
Yeah. But there is always a lot to learn from it, a lot to interpret from it.
I've been asking myself what I should learn from what just happened. I wish I'd done some things differently. I
Me too. If there is one thing that I learned, is that this life isn't meant for our families. We need to make sure that they're as far away from this as they can possibly get.
guess that makes sense.
At least when you get to my age.
Which is how old?
Well, mathematically, apparently I'm almost a little over 50. Been a ghoul for a while, Maddie.
This stasis is so unnatural. I guess that what makes us not fully human anymore. Humans change all the time.
Yeah. It is not like we stay the same. He kind of just gestures to himself. I looked younger when they first schooled me. When I first started drinking, they say. It's just we slow. By a lot.
Yeah.
It gives and it takes. And I should have never kept that close of an eye on my son.
It's natural to feel care for him.
It's selfish. It can be natural and selfish at the same time.
It it frightens me knowing that one day I'm going to have to fake my death to my mom.
Yeah.
She wanted me to come to a family wedding this summer. I didn't give her a definitive answer. So risky.
Maybe you can see if you can be at an evening wedding. One last chance to say hi to the family.
Yeah. I could bring Wednesday as a daytime lookout, make sure no one comes into the room. Bury myself in a sleeping bag under the covers or something.
You can tell her that you've developed some new allergies and have to have a hotel room or something.
That'd probably be better. Sun allergies, they're very real.
Yeah, and if it's during the summer, you can just blame the pollen. People track that in all the time.
Yeah, I've been away from home for several years. Different environments.
Oh yeah.
I I'm really sorry for everything that's happened, Jerry.
You couldn't have known.
guess not.
Hey. He will kind of lean in. He won't touch you. Like his arms cross over his knee as he leans in to kind of like look at you, peering up at you. This isn't your fault. You couldn't have known.
I should have been more self-aware, though, that I drew attention.
Maddie. Miss Clark.
Oh, don't. Jerry! Don't do that! That was mean. No.
It's not your fault.
Hard to not feel like it is.
It's easier to cope with something when you feel like you have control over an aspect of it.
Yeah?
The worst part of this is that you had no control over it. So I'm gonna tell you again. It's not your fault. You understand?
Yes. I wish I could have come faster. I came as fast as I could. It was a lot of work learning that stuff so I could find you.
I'm grateful
shopping.
you found me at all. If I was with the people that I was before, you and Regent, I would have been left for dead. So
I believe it.
I am eternally grateful to you and to your coterie, Maddie.
Yeah, I'm glad they came along. Because I didn't handle seeing you in pain very well.
You're a good person.
I try. And you
Well,
mean a lot to me.
You mean a lot to me too, Maddie. But, there's a lot going on right now.
Yeah. Don't know where so many people are.
Yeah. And you will see him kind of sit up and look toward the door. His brow will furrow a little bit. Go ahead and give me a wits and awareness.
At heightened senses?
Yep. If you have a hearing specialty, you can use it.
I do have a hearing specialty. Maddie's like a freaking bat. Echolocation. Wits and awareness. Oh, this is a big pool for Elmo.
If you want to take half, you can.
Sure, I'll take half. Let's save the rolls for later in the day.
Okay. What's
That'd
the
be
number?
5.
Oh yeah.
My total
yeah,
pool is 10.
Yeah, 5 definitely exceeds the difficulty. You would hear like little rat paws scratching at the door.
Oh,
Yeah,
Ratmail's here. And she goes to the door.
You would see Jerry step in front of you for a moment to go and answer the door directly. More out of caution than anything.
That's fair. She lets him. She goes ahead and gets a treat ready to give to the rat.
He kind of peers out and like opens the door. And there's this chonker of a rat that kind of skitters in with a little satchel on it. It runs straight up to your feet.
Hi, friend.
Squeaks.
I gotta learn how to talk to animals. Goodness. Here you go. It's a chunk of cheese.
And he kind of turns around. And he wobbles a little bit. He turns around. He sits and he waits for you to take the envelope out of the satchel.
She does so, extracting it.
All right. There will be a letter that is usually written on notebook paper with familiar handwriting. And I've dropped a link in your channel.
Oh, yeah. Ow. Yes, it is from my sire. He speaks. Should I be reading this aloud?
No, it's fine. We can keep that just between all of us.
Oh gosh, hold on. There's stuff in the middle here. What? What?
And with that, yeah, go ahead and read it out loud, actually.
I'm just gonna skip to
Or
the
I
middle.
can.
While I was recovering, I met someone. His name is Michael Reed, a Scotsman. Fate is a funny business because he is your father. He has been helping me recover. I suspect you want to meet him. I've advised him that he should talk to you, but only if you wish to speak to him. You should know now that he is part of our world. He's connected to the Ventru. And he and his line have been ghouls for the Ventru for a long time. This would explain a few things, and if you wish, we can explore what that means to you. Blah, blah, blah. I need to make decisions. Blah, blah, blah. Love, Jonathan. What?
And with that, another little smaller rat skitters in on its heels, as Maddie is probably rocking while reading it.
Yes.
And with that, we will switch to the next scene. Cal.
Yes.
As you... Oh, I echo. As you rouse from day sleep, you do not get any hungrier. Your skin is already naturally flushed. You rouse at the apartment that you usually used to share with Moon, that sometimes Mitch sleeps at. But lately, Mitch has been off doing... He's just been telling you that he has to go and get intel, and that it is best if he doesn't go into much detail with you. And then he promptly disappears into the night. since the gathering. As you rouse and you wait through that hour before sundown, you will find Acorn is acorning across the apartment, burying nuts in various parts of it, and you will find yourself sitting with that song chord between your fingers. It has only been a couple of nights since the gather, since you dropped Moon off with Alicia. What's going through Cal's head?
There's a lot going through his head at the moment. He first had went to this gather to get revenge, to basically start to gain the revenge he desired because of what they did to Moon. Not knowing that we're going to get jumped by werewolves and have to fight them. So that was a very interesting time to him. And then him running into her, and then her turning into a white in front of him. It's a lot for him. He just, it doesn't make sense to him. And it's just this whole thing of maybe we can save her. Maybe there's a chance. Maybe I can get my Moon back. And it's just a lot of hope of maybe. It's just a lot of maybes. But he's also come to the realization that he might not get her back. And he is kind of coming to an understanding that might be, he might have to kill his sire. He's not looking forward to that. He's really hoping he doesn't have to.
Okay. As you are fingering through the song chord, are you focusing on it?
Yeah, I would say he's focusing on it.
Okay. As you are kind of letting your fingers slide along the rough patches of hair, the braid cords, the bone beads, you see short flashes of memory flicker through your mind. And you will see your embrace. You will see Mitch's embrace. She didn't embrace Mitch herself, but she was present. Then you will see little flickers and flashes of memory that aren't hers. Seem to be older. Seem a little bit more afraid. You will hear rough tones of war and struggle. You will feel the cold bite. And it will... These things flicker and flash through your memory, but they don't stay there. It's almost like you are visiting whatever is in this chord. It is not yet part of you. You have yet to have made the choice to connect to that chord. So what does he think of these memories of basically people that he's been told are his ancestors?
It's a lot of curiosity. It's it's a bit of a couple of things. It's more of curiosity of who were these people, what did they experience? Are they similar to him, different from him? And it's a lot of kind of focusing on who these people were before him. Maybe he would like them, maybe he wouldn't. Maybe he gets to learn more about where he came from, kind of who he's supposed to be. And it's just a lot of trying to understand of how can I see these memories? How can I feel them? Should I connect truly?
There is something in your blood that calls out for that connection. Because as much as it makes you want to isolate, you are a social creature. You are deeply humane. And this is a part of the story that many do not see the opportunity to ever witness. Calvin may not be as hungry for knowledge as, say, Maddie or Percy. But there is still that desire to know and to be known. And as you are kind of fingering through it, considering your options, you will see Acorn launch himself at the door.
Buddy, what are you doing?
My friend's here! My friend is here! You'll start scratching at the door.
Oh, Kaos is gonna oh, I think I have a feeling he's gonna go open the door.
And immediately you'll see Acorn bowl over a rat. And this letter will fall off of the rat. It was obviously intended for you, but now it's playtime.
Yeah, Cal's gonna go put down some of the approved. What he's probably seen this rat before. He's like, okay, here's your whatever you Timothy. I know this is your favorite. Here, take these. It's gonna set down whatever his favorite thing to snack on is. Let them start playing, and he's gonna pick up the letter to read it.
Okay. And with that, we're going to switch to our next scene. Songbird.
Yee. Yee. Present.
As you rouse, you grow hungrier. You blush. You call upon a member of your herd. It's already dark out. And you're starting to forget what the sun looks like.
Yee.
As she slicks herself. As she feels that presence that still lives in the back of her mind. It's easy enough to ignore. You've done everything that he said when he was alive. And now he's with you forever. It's the last order he really ever gave you. How does that feel?
A little odd, because she should be upset about it, but she's not. And she shouldn't be upset about it in the same vein, but she's not. It's just kind of, with everything that's gone on, there are other things more on her mind.
Mhm. And with what happened the previous night, Gavin is in torpor.
Yeah.
Both of your sires owe the current prince, Alicia Sexton, life boons because of what was wrought onto the city.
Mm-hmm. Not happy about that. Oh, dang.
How do you. And that is saying something as far as Louisa knows how deeply these punishments can go. This is not the first time she was let off lightly. Would you say that there's a part of her that is looking for someone, anyone, to punish her for what she has done?
Yeah, there's a small part of her that wishes people would actually hold her accountable for things she has done.
Do you think that she is coming to the realization of what she is?
Yeah, I would think so.
Okay. So as Louisa is finishing up taking her drink, this herd member is obviously pretty infatuated with her. They eagerly give her consent to do whatever she wants to them.
Mhm.
And as you are just lightly erasing their memories, making them feel like they've had a pretty good night so far, at least to start, there's a little rat that runs up to your feet, paws at your shoes, little satchel attached to it.
Hello, friend. She'll walk over to one of the counters, get the wasabi peas, open the can, and just leave it on the floor.
The rat looks at the wasabi peas, back at you, back at the peas, back at you, back at the peas. And then goes over and puts his whole face into the can.
Eat up, friend. And she'll take out the letter.
Okay. As you are reading this, your coterie mates are also reading the exact same letter. Well, it's more of a note. I will be at the Coterie Haven in 30 minutes. I need to speak with all of you before I go and answer for everything that has been done and everything that I have done. Signed, Natasha King. Do you start to make your way back to the Coterie Haven?
Yeah, Songbird would head there.
What's going through her mind? Yeah, she does.
She's thinking back as to what Prince Alicia said last night about her punishment and who will be receiving the punishment, and is wondering now if Natasha is also part of that, because the way she phrased it, Songbird may not be the smartest in the crayon box, but she definitely knows that people use their words very particularly in the city. And is more now worrying if Natasha is also going to receive punishment for what she has done.
Okay. Does everyone else start to also make their way toward the Coterie Haven?
Yep.
I clean up the Coterie Haven in anxiety while also trying to process the first letter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Percy will like hurry back to the coterie from wherever she was hunting.
Okay. So everyone's able to get there relatively quickly. Not gonna make you roll for it. And as all of you get there, Natasha's not there yet, but all four of you are. So I'll give you a little bit of time to talk.
Hey guys.
Hey, how you guys been? Been a while.
You know, going.
Still ball of anxiety?
A little bit has been alleviated. My sire contacted me, so I know he's alive.
Well, that's good. How about the rest of you guys? How you guys feeling?
Fine.
Also fine.
I almost don't believe that, so it's gonna move on. So I did kind of put it in the group chat, whatever. So I fought some werewolves a couple of days ago.
Did you
I'm
win?
alive.
I'm glad you're alive.
How do I explain this? So I got a new power. I went to hang out with other gangrel. We got attacked by 5 of these giant wolves people. 5 of them.
5?
Yeah. And we killed all of them.
One alone is enough to kill like a whole coterie.
Well, to be fair, we had like 2 elder gangrel helping us. So
That I guess that would help.
yeah, we had 2 elder gangrel, 1 bomb loving one, another one I think is just a venture. My adopted sire, a really cute small one with a lumberjack jacket.
Oh, Ruth?
Oh, yes, Roof. They're really nice.
Yeah.
And then me in a new, and I was a bear.
You can be a bear now?
I can be a bear now.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a time. We killed them, and then my sire showed up, who I thought was dead, turned into a white in front of me, and then I had to stake her.
What?
A white.
Yeah.
Did you kill her?
No.
And Percy will kind of tilt her head a little at that being a no.
I didn't kill her. Was going to kill her because something is off. She looked fine and then turned into a white in front of me. We pinned her down, and right before I staked her, she said she was proud of me. I don't think a white can do that.
I don't think so either. But she looked to Percy because Percy's clearly the expert on this subject and Maddio's not.
Songbird is just gonna shift her position in her chair.
Yeah, ST, here's a question that I'm pretty sure I know the answer to. I've never seen a white do that, huh?
No. Usually
do that.
whites don't usually have the cognizance to form sentences. They are almost completely bestial.
Mhm.
And by a normal ruling of yours, and by your sires, and by anyone that you've known, whites are highly volatile and need to be put down.
Mhm. Then either that was not a white, or... And Percy will kind of just shake her head. That whites don't do that.
Yeah, I know. That's why I brought her to Alicia to keep her. Alicia, I don't know she's prince at the moment. I only know she's keeper. I brought her to keeper Alicia to see if she could figure out something to do. Maybe.
Prince Alicia.
I'm sorry. She's prince now. What's to the
Prince?
other one?
He is indisposed at the moment.
Cal, you would remember Finn saying something about that.
Oh yeah. Well, Finn never told me he was. Okay, that's interesting. Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, I remember now. That's okay.
That's not good. That. Okay.
So yeah, that was my eventful couple of days ago.
So, anybody know what Natasha's referring to when she holds up the notebook paper?
Probably the explosion she did.
Whatever it was, it did. It made a lot of noise.
What did the letter say exactly? Did it say anything about answering for us?
No, it didn't.
Okay.
There is nothing to indicate that there is any blame for any of you.
Okay. I guess the explosion makes sense. It sounded like it was really big.
Yeah, it may have been that. I don't know. Well, she's been missing for a month, so maybe she did something during the month.
Maybe.
She lured those hunters. Perhaps she broke.
And Prince Alicia is aware that we went to the hunter's location and that a giant ruckus was caused that night.
I mean, fair.
Perhaps all that noise drew too much mortal attention.
It's possible.
Most likely.
And because she is our coterie shadow, and responsible for us, she is probably going to be taking on any punishment that would have been dealt to us for that noise and ruckus and destruction. And Prince Alicia can be merciful, but I don't know how merciful she will be in this matter.
As y'all fall into this lull, how many of you watch the news?
Maddie probably does ever since the Chantry got blown up.
Percy probably pays some attention to it.
Does Cal watch the news?
I would say he would, yeah.
Okay. And all three of you would have seen news reports recently of that building you went to retrieve Jerry, where the hunters were, being set ablaze.
Oh, fun.
The Philly, not the city of brotherly love. The city that explodes and is on fire.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, guys. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
Nothing bonds people like arson.
That totally wasn't
And-
my fault last night.
Or was it?
That kind of mentally starts to link together in your mind. Songbird doesn't say it outright. But the three of you may connect it to the things that you may believe Natasha has done recently.
Percy will kind of curse under her breath a little bit. Nice. Suppose she made the choice to lure the hunters out for us. She knew the risks.
What are you talking about? Is it still on the TV, the breaking news?
No, it'd be something that they would have seen a little
Okay.
earlier.
Yeah. What are you talking about, Percy?
It's just remembering the news said the building, the warehouse. Was it a warehouse?
It was
Or
a
was it,
storage facility.
Storage facility. That's what I was thinking. The storage facility was burned.
Oh, that wasn't Rosa. Umbra Rosa.
Okay, then who was it?
Percy's just gonna slowly turn her head. Just,
That was my adoptive sire, Gavin, and his men.
why?
Why?
It was revealed to him last night that my blood sire has been in Philadelphia illegally and has been continuing to bond me to him since we moved down here. He did not receive that information well and decided to, in that moment with his emotional state, go and dispose of my blood sire, our blood sire, and burn down the facility in the process.
Oh.
Y'all know what you need to roll. Do it in your private channels. You cannot use heightened senses. Louisa, add in your pretty.
Add in my pretty. Can I also add in? I want to do a fun thing. Can I do double talk? And as I'm saying that, can I send it to Cal saying, please don't tell them what I texted you?
Wait, what is this?
What is the roll for that again?
Oh, let me pull it up because I don't even think I have the book.
What?
So
Maddie, you have Sense the Unseen, right?
I do.
Then I will need you to do another roll on top of it.
Okay.
Plus aspects.
So the
Okay.
roll
Where?
for
What's an insight?
Oh,
Wait,
what's an
I
insight?
need-
I
I
wasn't
need
sure if it was
Cal-
awareness or insight.
I need Cal, Percy, and Maddie to give me a Wiz plus Insight.
Okay.
If you have a Detect Light specialty, you can use it. You cannot add in Heightened Senses. However, what did you do?
That's not a big pool for.
Oh dear.
It's blood surging allowed on this.
I have willpower. I should probably try to fix that.
If you want to, you fix it. You can. You can blood surge if you want.
Because wits and insight is not a big pool for Elmo.
You are welcome. You have time to insight if you want, Percy. I mean to blood surge if you want, Percy. Because I think it's just the thing you do. Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
Do
So-
I
Oh wait, did you
fix
say
it?
heightened senses? No, you did not say heightened.
No heightened senses.
Okay, yeah.
Do I...
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely blood surge then because
I roused for double buff because I looked it up. It's one rouse check, and then it is composure and obfuscate versus
that didn't. Okay, hold on. Ignore that. I did that wrong.
oh, I don't know. It It is composure and obfuscate, and then I don't know what this wits and aspects is. Oh, I think that's to figure out if I'm using it.
Yeah, you're not rolling the wits and aspects. Maddie
Yeah.
is. And Percy, you are rolling when you're rolling your blood surges in there, you do 1 because you're at blood potency 1.
Oh.
All right, so this is my
It'll add in 2 dice. It goes by how many dice are added in from your blood potency, not how many dice there are in the blood potency.
I bet. I read the wrong.
I,
4
You're all-
successes, and I do not get hungrier.
I rolled out of the messy critical.
My bad. I'm so used to reading out my result. My bad. I
Oh,
did that on
you're
pure
good.
instinct.
You're good. It's a good habit to have, but we're doing this. We're being super secret here, and we're putting them in your private channels.
Yeah.
I noted I spent a willpower to fix the messy.
Okay. Go ahead and give me those 2 rolls, Louisa.
Yep. I'm doing this one real quick. Oh,
Make sure to put in your notes what they are.
Yep. And then there's the double talk roll. We're burning all willpower.
Okay.
Didn't help. And then manip and subterfuge, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And my pretty.
Yep.
4, 5. Hunger 2, because I got hungrier. Oh. We'll burn a second willpower.
Okay.
I'm down 2 willpower.
All the willpower.
Okay.
All the willpower is being used. Mm-mm. Mm.
Alrighty. Okay. So all of you know something's going on. There is something false about what Louisa says. Cal, you hear an underlying message to her words. You hear her say, "Don't tell them what I told you." And then the lie that was layered on top of it. Maddie, you also hear that. And Louisa, you suddenly become very paranoid
Yep.
about what you had just told your had just told your coterie mates and what kind of information you've just given them.
Paranoia.
I have a question, ST.
Yeah.
Is Maddie able to realize that a discipline was just being used?
Yeah.
Okay.
A discipline Songbird shouldn't have.
You don't recognize which discipline. You just know it's a discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Maddie
makes-
slowly tilts her head, kind of mimicking how Wednesday tilts her raven head.
Just making sure I'm on the right page. Percy would know that something is being kept from them, but not anything besides that, you said.
She'd know that Louisa's lying.
Yeah, okay.
That some part of what Louisa has said is a lie.
Mm. So she'll just kind of be looking at Louisa with like probably an eyebrow raised.
What's Cal's reaction? Maddie's glance between Louisa and Cal.
I'd like to know Cal's reaction too.
It's more of, oh, you just straight up lied to us. Oh, you want them not to know. Oh, I get it. And he'll just kind of get, like, he doesn't say anything, but it's just like, I won't say anything.
Okay. So you're not going to say anything.
No.
Okay.
Actually,
Cal, I'm
we'll
giving
say
you a
something.
stain.
Oh, I was, never mind.
Be straightforward.
I
Don't
was
play their games.
just gonna pull back, but you cut me off.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was
pulling back and you
interrupting.
cut me off. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, Kyle was gonna say, look to her and be like, I think they know something is up. It's up to you if you want to tell them the truth. If you do not want them to know, straight up tell them to their faces that they don't deserve to know, and that is your business.
It is better if I don't tell any of you right now. That is all I am
Then
going to say.
Then tell them that.
There is more to the story. Punishments have been dealt.
Does this count as hidden knowledge, Kendall? just wondering.
Oh no, did Kendall
Do
freeze?
you consider it hidden knowledge?
Well, I'm trying to not be a Nosferatu, so I don't necessarily think I would consider secrets hidden knowledge, more of like, rummaging for the Library of Alexandria. I do think Maddie's curious about it. But
Well, she can be curious about something without it being her knowledge hungry.
okay, I just wanted to check. Maddie is just kind of like studying Louisa. It's not the friendly hey, it's the what? Maddie is like, she's being highly analytical and just studying Louisa, kind of like she's a specimen of like trying to figure out what on earth is going on here.
With what Louisa said in response to
Yes, that's exactly what's going on. I know. Yep. Staring at the Venture like.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
all right. With what Louisa said in response to Cal, Percy will kind of like be looking at her a little harder, but no, you know what? Are you in danger or trouble of some kind?
No, like I said, punishments have been dealt, and as I said earlier, Prince Alicia is quite merciful when she wants to be. Please do not press the matter any further because it will get you in more trouble than needs to be.
Percy does not look happy, but he's not going to ask more questions. But she is like staring daggers at Louisa right now. She's like, "What did you do? And why are you lying?"
She's just sitting there very proper, not as emotive as she used to be.
Okay. I won't press anymore, but next time, please just tell us that there's something you don't want us looking into instead of lying.
All right.
Hey, SG, what kind of check would I have to make to try and deduce what on earth would be such big punishment to make Louisa freak out? Like intelligence, occult, politics?
It wouldn't really be something you could roll for because you don't have enough context.
Okay, that's fair.
It would be an investigation roll. You need to deduce it, but it requires more context.
Okay. No worries.
Because off the top of her head, does Maddie have any politics?
0!
From Maddie's base knowledge of what the traditions are, it was probably a traditions violation.
That
Again.
would check.
Of which traditions violation? Not entirely sure. But any of those could bring upon punishment from the higher ups, especially for...
Yeah, she did say that Gavin did go and kill their sire.
Yeah, so she'd be able to deduce that if someone does not have the right of destruction, that's a big no-no.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, she did say that, didn't she?
Okay.
Hmm.
Maddie's analytical look softens, but she still... Well, she doesn't look happy that she's just been lied to.
Okay. So as this tense lull hits the conversation amongst your coterie, the door will open, and you will see Natasha step in. She's got a beanie pulled down over her hair and her forehead. She's dressed very, very casually. There's no makeup on her face. She looks exhausted. And she looks at each of you. I'm sorry that I've been away for so long.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Are you? We were worried.
I'm okay. I'm going to be okay.
What happened?
I led the hunters on a rather large goose chase. I broke many things. I'm going to And I led them to somewhere where they would find what they were looking for. That's a ways away from here.
Did you lead them to other kindred?
It's best if I don't tell you. All of you okay?
Yeah. We got Jerry. And she glances over to wherever Jerry is.
Jerry kind of peeks out from wherever he is, waves awkwardly, ducks back into whatever he's doing. Natasha would look up at him and nod. And as she kind of looks up, I want all of you to give me a wits and awareness, and you can give me heightened senses with that roll.
Oh, I have that now.
I have so much aspects.
Oh. Wait. Boy.
Do I get sight in this by any chance?
Yes, actually.
Heck yeah.
I'm guessing this is not a concealed object.
This is not a concealed object, and this is not about hearing.
Are you kidding me? I should have taken half. Oh, I put it in my channel.
I was about to roll in my own channel. I'm like, wait, wrong channel.
How about this, AJ? I'll let you re-roll in the box of 2.
Thank you. That was 1 success out of 9 dice.
May we blood surge?
Yeah, may we blood
If
surge.
you want a blood surge, you can. This is a sliding scale. As long as you at least
Okay,
get 1
cool.
success, you'll be good.
Okay. I won't
So
I
terrible.
won't use that extra.
Can,
Oh, no,
can
I only
take
get
half, or
2D.
do you want me to roll?
If you would like to take half, you can. If you would like to roll it in the box of doom, you can.
I will take half, please, so that'd be 4.
Oh shoot. We're burning another willpower.
Guys!
But I got 2.
2,
I
2.
got 4 successes and I get hungrier.
Oh, guys.
Okay, so, Maddie, what's your wits and awareness? Half? 4?
9.
So
It's 9 total,
you're
so 4.
4.
I
Okay.
forgot to add heightened senses. Oh well, it's fine. It's fine.
I also got
Next
1
time.
on my hunger die, but
So the 2s would have recognized that there are bandages beneath her clothes. But there seem to be burn marks that are healing. The 4s would recognize something shifting beneath her hat, along with the burn marks.
Like a rat? Okay. Okay. Maddie doesn't know. Maddie doesn't know.
She's going to kind of look at all of you. I wanted to see you all one more time. I'm going to be okay.
Are you going somewhere?
Yeah. I'm going somewhere. And you can't follow me. And I need you to protect each other, okay? You may not be together as a coterie for much longer. I've neglected my duties as shadow for too long. You're still able to protect each other. You know that, right?
Yeah.
We'll miss you.
I'll miss you too. And she will kind of look over to Louisa, reach out, cradle her face, kiss her forehead, and whisper in very soft Italian, "Protect your sisters." And at that, you will hear a knock on the door.
In response,
what
Louise
ours-
is just gonna nod.
Okay. And would our special guest like to give a description of that?
It is not the polite knock of a well-wisher or social guest. This is the knock of someone with some semblance of authority, of somebody that is not requesting entrance, but demanding it. Who wants to open the door?
Louise
know what,
will go do it.
I was gonna say, I was about to say the same thing.
True.
Percy is getting, because the minute Percy hears that the knock is not a polite knock, she's moving towards that door.
Yeah, that's why Louisa was getting up. She's like, "Yep, nope."
As
Okay.
the door opens, you will be greeted with the black-clad and masked figure of your dear friend, Mr. Rowan Everly. He will say nothing as he steps in and closes the door behind him. Natasha King, on behalf of the Prince of our city, I have come to collect you.
Yes, Sheriff. And she will move to the side.
It is also my duty to inform the rest of you that from this point forward, your coterie has been dissolved. You will return to your havens and you will stay there. Or you may follow me, but I cannot promise you will like what you see.
Question: was the May follow me a threat of you will regret that in I'm going to do like damage to you, or you will regret what you see that I am about to do?
You're going to regret what you see. He's not going to do anything to y'all.
Mhm.
He's not here for y'all. He's here for Natasha. And that is very clear.
Understood.
Oh, Cal's gonna look to Natasha for a moment. Is going to ask her, "Do you want us to come, or do you want us to listen?"
I want you to protect this coterie. I'm not sure you will be able to do that if you come and watch what happens.
Cal's gonna walk over to her, and like gently put a hand on her shoulder. "Thank you for everything."
Get home safe.
He'll give her a smile. "Yeah, I'll get home safe one way or another." And he'll give her a hug.
There'll be a light pat back, and she'll take a step back.
Rowan will look over at her. I'll let you keep your dignity on the way out to the car.
Thank you. She will follow him out.
With that, the two disappear out to a waiting car.
And with that, we're going to go on to our break. We'll collect reactions when we get back. Everyone get water. Go to use the bathroom.
Please hydrate, because it's going to be an intense second half. And I'm already on the verge of crying.
Break time.
All right. Welcome back from our break. Natasha leaves with Rowan. All of you know where she's going. At most, Louisa, you know where she's going. Where the prince hands down final edicts and orders. Do the four of you stay in this coterie haven for the remainder of the night, for as long as you're able to have it? Or do you go?
Luisa's already grabbing her car key. Well, Gavin's car keys.
Percy wants to go, but sees watching the coterie. Well, former coterie.
Maddie's panicking a little bit because she has nowhere to go. Her sire's house is presumably compromised. The chantry's gone. Maybe go get a hotel room with Jerry. She doesn't know what to do.
Before Louisa
Jerry.
leaves, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Maddie would know Jerry has a house. And he has a closet she'd probably stay in.
I didn't know he had a house. Good to know.
Yeah, he don't tell people where he lives. It's dangerous to do that.
Well, yeah, I'm assuming like everything's compromised.
Yeah, he didn't tell anyone he has a house. Therefore, it's not compromised.
Great.
We should.
Until now, but that's different.
Hey, emergencies.
We should still stay together for now.
Yeah. Oh, Kyle's going to speak up. Louisa, if you go, can you handle yourself to not lose it for what happens next?
I have
And that
already
goes for the
seen
rest of
one
you.
person I care about receive punishment. What is one more?
That wasn't my question.
We could all go. We should stick together. We may not be a coterie for much longer, but for tonight we are.
I mean, Rowan kind of just said we're disbanded.
Yeah. What happened to Benny?
I would imagine that she is also indisposed of, like...
Okay. Like I was planning on kind of going regardless, but you know, I needed to. If we're all going to go, we all have to be aware that we can't do anything to stop what's going to happen. You all need to be aware of that.
Calvin, with all due respect, I have been through this more times than I would like to admit.
I wasn't talking to just you.
I don't want to go.
Our shadow is lost to us. What we have is in this room right now.
You don't want to go, Maddie?
I don't want to watch. No.
Jerry will come up, very gently put a hand on Maddie's back. Do you want me to take you somewhere?
Yeah. That would be great.
All right.
Okay.
Um,
So, Jerry will look over Maddie. I'll go bring the car around.
Thank you.
He'll look to the other three of you. Sir, ma'ams, I don't mean to put pressure on you, but if you're going to follow them, they're going to want to do it quickly.
Understood. I'll drive. And she's going to look at Maddie. We'll keep in touch. you need anything.
You're kind of sounding a little bit like you're underwater, Katie.
Why the heck? I need to fix my
That-
mic.
There you go.
Better?
Yeah.
Sorry, I did not hear what you were saying to me.
No,
Yeah.
you're good. My mic has been not behaving well as of late. She'll look at Maddie. If you need anything, you know where to reach me.
Thanks.
Cal would put a hand on Maddie's shoulder. We'll talk. We'll be in touch soon.
It's been good being in a coterie with all of you.
We might not be a coterie. We're still a family.
Do all of you get into Louisa's car? Well, except Maddie.
Oh, Cal's gonna get in his own car, but he is following.
Okay.
Percy,
I just had to. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
are you getting in the very nice old fashioned car, or are you getting in Cal's Jeep?
I just picture
Percy-
she doesn't get in anyone's car. She's just skateboarding like Marty McFly.
She's
She's
skitzing.
riding her. Leave her alone. She's riding her horse dog.
She's just skitzing off the back of Luisa's car. No, so like hesitate for a moment, looking between the other three, and then just be like, I'll go with you, and so get in Luisa's car.
Okay. After a little while, Rowan, you notice that there are 2 cars that you saw in the parking lot of that apartment complex following you. They were cars that you recognize because you probably have all the kindred in the city's license plates, various license plates recorded.
License plates, make and model, VIN numbers, the whole 9 yards.
Yes, he probably has them ranked from which ones he would steal to which ones he wouldn't.
The Hornet's on the top of the list, though.
We don't touch the Hornet. I only took it out because Songbird doesn't want the engine to go bad.
So we have had 2 willpower heals for Percy for this session.
Yay!
Boo, you took away her bane severity.
I can. Don't worry. I can blood surge more.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. I'm giving you
No.
willpower so you're less likely to frenzy. Control yourself.
Yeah, we don't want the frenzy. Y'all worried about Songbird. I'm like, no, I'm really worried about Percy tonight.
But blood surge. But
Okay. Jerry, we'll take Maddie off to probably see his pretty sparse home for the first time. Cal, Louisa, Percy, you would follow Mr. Everly's car to what is usually referred to as Elysia. And as you pull up, you all exit. Rowan would escort Natasha in. She does not resist. The 3 of you would follow. And what do they see, Prince Sexton? Mooted.
How weird. We went from one Prince Sexton to another Prince Sexton. What they would see is a gathering of the court. Every single kindred that did not have an excuse to be away has been packed into the marble antechamber. And Prince Sexton is off to one side again in full mourning dress combined with armor. In her hands, a slim sword in a spider motif. One that Louisa would recognize.
Mm-hmm.
And while Rowan and Natasha go prep, the prince would stop the coterie. Well, what's left of it.
Louisa will bow deeply and wait to be addressed by any of the court or the prince.
Kyle would just give a nod. He doesn't do the bowing thing.
And Percy will do whatever, like, the minimum, like, to show respect that a Ventry needs to do. But he is keeping a close eye on what's left of the coterie. Whether that's bowing or just nodding your head. It's whatever the minimum that is expected is.
And, like, her attention will be directed to Songbird. You've seen something similar once. You sure you want to see it again?
I believe every opportunity to learn a lesson should be taken, even if they are hard lessons.
And then she'll look from Calvin to Percy. Do they know what may befall?
I don't know if they know the full extent, but they are insightful enough. I think they can figure it out.
Are you sure you won't witness this? And her attention's gonna go to Calvin.
Nope, not at all. But I'm here for them.
To Percy.
I've
Do you know
seen-
what's going on?
I have an idea.
Do you know why?
I can only guess. But I have idea. But I also have an idea here as well.
I ain't gonna force any of y'all to stick around and watch. There's a reason you wasn't summoned along with your former shadow. The crimes and traditions broken. Are massive. The failures in education for a coterie of fledglings in a city that was most recently led by a Mithraean are not things I can forgive. She allowed the youngest in the city to place themselves at risk, and rather than reeling y'all in, which was her job, she created a distraction. sometimes death is mercy. There are occasions when a quick death is all the mercy that one can afford to provide. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, you should know exactly what's fixing to happen. And I ask you for the final time, are you sure you want to be present to view this?
I am certain.
Very well. Take places in the gallery.
Thank you, Prince. And Songbird will swiftly go do so.
Before the prince walks off, Cal will say, "Prince, about the my sire, were you able to figure something out?"
I will say only I have done better. But it was difficult, but I think managed to pull her from the very brink.
Thank you.
I cannot attest to whether or not she will be quite how you remember.
He'll nod. I figured so. But thank you.
Once someone is that far gone, they ain't much folks can do. But what I could was done.
He'll give a nod and start walking off to be with the rest of his coterie.
As the fledglings move to their places in the gallery, Rowan lifts his voice to the assembled. Let it be known in the city of Philadelphia that justice delayed is justice denied. And we do not deny justice in this city. He will step over, lift a cloth-wrapped item, and unveil the sleek, wicked-looking sword before taking a knee before Alicia, holding it up to her.
Let it be known also that the individual who passes the sentence will be the individual who wields the blade. This individual has been convicted of treason before the crown. This individual has been convicted of negligence in the protection of the youngest of our city. This individual has been complicit in leading hunters to find their prey. And while we recognize their contributions to our fair city, these crimes cannot be overlooked. As I raise this sword, Pray that darkness guide us all. Grant us shield, concealment, and cover. And Alicia is gonna, yeah. Should we say that out loud?
Natasha will take a knee before Alicia. Look up at her and look up to the crowd. I will not dispute these charges. But I am not sorry for taking them to who hurt my dearests. And there's a brief glance to Wendy. And then to back. She will lower her head. I will accept justice. And with that, Alicia, do you bring down your sword?
There would be a moment and sort of a muttered prayer of some kind.
Mhm.
And then the sword would come up, the sword would go down.
Sword will come down, and her body would fall to the ground. Ash starting to collect beneath the clothes. Louisa, Percy, Cal, I will need a fury frenzy of your remaining willpower plus a third of your humanity.
Yep.
Since I got 2 willpower gifts, would that put me?
You have that means you would have 4 willpower plus
4.
2 is 6.
Okay, 6. Okay. Third is 2.
Discord, please help. Please don't do this to me.
Sorry, my brain just blanked trying to do math.
You have you're rolling 6 dice.
6. Okay, thank you.
Okay. I know how to play that out.
Oh,
Makes sense.
is it just a straight, just the 6?
No hunger,
No hunger, right?
just
Okay.
6.
Okay, Cal. I see you. Okay, Percy, I see you.
Alright. Alright.
All of you pass. As you watch your shadow be executed before the court for crimes against the city. The prince and her closest court will start to withdraw. Someone will gather the ashes. There is a murmur of, her sister needs to be given these. That ripples through the court. So Cal, Louisa, Percy, what do you do?
Cal's gonna put a hand on like both their shoulders and give a squeeze. In this, you could tell that he's trying to be like he's trying to have it be a soft squeeze, but it comes off very hard. You look at him; he is so beyond angry, and there's like pools of blood come up in his eyes, and he is trying so hard not to lose it. not in terms of a frenzy, but in terms of she was important to us, and this damn city took it away from us.
Oh, puppers. You would see that Louisa also has the blood tears starting to well up in the corners of her eyes, and is still keeping somewhat of a stoic kind of like demeanor about her. And under her breath in Italian, she would be muttering, my brain can't remember it. It's that prayer that you usually do for the dying.
Last rites?
Last rites, yep. Shows you that I'm not actually Catholic. She'd be like muttering last rites in Italian for her Nonna Rosa. And then in English, she'd probably mutter something, I need to find out who Nonna's sister is. I would like to speak to her at some point. She did. She took the responsibility of any punishments we would have been dealt. That's what a good shadow does.
Percy, like whenever the sword came down, she would have watched that part, but her attention goes right back to Cal and Louisa, and I think whenever she doesn't move to touch them in any way, but when Cal squeezes their shoulders, she doesn't move away. Let's put it like that. She kind of stays still and lets Cal do that. But when she notices the look of anger, her hand will kind of subtly move towards her stake. But other than that, she's just standing stoic.
Do the three of you start to move toward where your cars are, or do you stay in the chambers?
Cal is leaving.
Louisa's gonna stay until she sees all the ashes are cleaned up, and then she'll eventually head to the car.
Okay.
Yeah, Percy's just trying to stay with Cal and Louisa, but if they split up, I think she feels like Cal can handle himself a little better. So she'll stay slightly closer to Louisa.
Okay. All of you start to head out to your cars. Do you split off from there?
I think at least before they drive off, Cal would probably try to have a quick conversation with them.
Okay. Go ahead.
Once they're all outside and like kind of alone-ish, he's gonna say, well, I will be keeping up with all of you, making sure that you guys are okay and all that kind of stuff. I might be a little hard to reach here and there, might be dealing with park ranger stuff or whatever, but you guys can get a hold of me if you need me.
Likewise, I'm hoping that once I'm done with my looks to see if there's anyone around, my go gaze, I'll be able to hopefully set up an establishment that will be safe for all of us to partake in, unlike previous times.
Yes, I may. We'll see. I am not sure what I will be doing, but
Let's just keep us updated, all right? And he'll kind of give them a smile. So are we friends now? Or you want to keep playing a tsundere?
I treasure the time we have spent as a coterie.
I love you too. Don't be a stranger.
I think Percy will crack a small little chuckle. A little bit dry because not a whole lot of humor right now, but her Humanity 6 heart is trying.
We should at least say a proper goodbye to Maddie.
Yeah.
Yes. I would
There's something that my something my grandpa taught me to do. I would like to do with at least the three of you. Um, I would like to, for at least all of us, to find a space somewhere in the city and set up a grave for her so we can visit whenever we want.
I would appreciate that. Nona would appreciate that.
Yeah.
a memorial to honor a fallen warrior.
Yeah. She was the best. And I plan on honoring her for the rest of my life.
And as you all start to head out, you make plans. Maddie, you would see that Jerry has been kind of watching various things on his phone. And as something comes up on his phone, he would kind of reach out for you, gently pull you into a very tight hug.
She hugs him back. What happened?
It's done.
Oh.
It's okay. I can't see you right now. If you want to cry, no one can see you right now. It's safe here.
And Maddie does convulse into tears, ignoring the fact that it's blood, just feeling sad, guilty, and just uncertain about the future.
As she cries, he doesn't pull away. He doesn't let go. He holds her tightly until she's done. And once she is, he kind of pulls out a pack of baby wipes. He doesn't do her the disrespect of trying to wipe off her face for her.
Thanks. Yeah, blood stains more than tears. Ugh.
It's fine. It's just clothes.
Yeah.
We can figure out what to do tomorrow. Okay?
I already know what I want to do. I want to go where my sire's hiding out, and she swallows deeply and apparently meet my father, who's a Ventrue ghoul.
He blinks a couple times. You got a thing for those, don't you?
Apparently, I never met him. I don't think he knew my mom was pregnant.
Sometimes it can get complicated.
Yeah.
People like me having kids.
Yeah, it would maybe yeah. But he has been helping Islington recover from an attack, so I think I'll take the chance to finally meet him.
Okay. Well, then we should get in contact with him.
Yeah, probably rat mail.
Yeah. As Maddie starts to compose a letter, probably a couple of different times, because there's no real way to address your father and the man that has taken up the role of father in your life in a letter succinctly.
Yeah.
We'll zoom out and we'll come in. We will zoom out and we will see the taillights of a gray Mustang leaving Philadelphia. We will zoom in on an old home in Chicago, where as an older woman flips open a letter and photos start falling out. Pictures of a young, beautiful woman on stage, then her feeding on something, someone. And then these old security photos of an armless, legless man that was in a secure unit, and then ashes where he was. As Mama Polini looks through this, covers her mouth, horror and resignation coming over her features. Oh, my poor bambina. She clutches the cornicello that hangs around her neck. What have you done? And Louisa, add a 2-dot enemy to your sheet. As your touchstone, Mama Polini takes its place. And with that, we will bring this final session of the Trunklings coterie to a close. Have a good. Oh, and I'm Kendall. You can find me on Kendall the Elemental on TikTok. You can't. There's nothing there, so it doesn't matter. Our lovely guests, SBC/storytellers. Popcorning to you.
I'm Einar. You can find me at Einar_TTRPG or at instarsorbit.bsky.social. On to my partner in crime.
I have committed no crimes. Hi, I'm G'dayFX, anywhere that you care to find me. Sometimes with the underscore, sometimes without. I'm on the Tube of You where the skies are blue and spend an inordinate amount of time considering I'm not Gen Z on TikTok.
Hello, I am Tackle Monk. You can find me anywhere with Tackle Monk. I don't post anywhere, so I don't know why you're looking for me.
Hi, I'm Katie. I played Louisa Songbird Polini during this chronicle. Any socials that you can find me at, Dragon of the Dark Rose, or some variant of Dragon of the Dark Rose. Any other usernames you find me under, no, you didn't. I don't post much anymore, so I guess you can have fun stalking. And now I'm gonna pass it over to the next one.
Hey, I'm AJ at AJ Cinematic on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. The YouTube one has an underscore between the AJ and the Cinematic because someone took my username. It's fine. Catch me there with cosplay and book nonsense and other random things.
And ink.
Hi, I'm Ink. You can find me anywhere at Cowboy Ink with 2 V's. Yeah, if you find me under any other name, no, you didn't. But my username is the same everywhere.
All right. Have a good evening, folks.